Hey everyone, this is my Patreon-powered reaction to the second episode of Persona 5, the animation. So, last episode, we were introduced to our main character, Ren, seeing a lot of his struggles that he has to deal with, basically. Has this reputation of being a delinquent, but there seems to be a lot more to that than meets the eye because he definitely doesn't come across as the kind of person that they're painting him as, and has difficulty dealing with, corrupt justice system and just a lot of nastiness in general in the world. You got to visit the Velvet Room, which was nice, I suppose. But no, I guess it wasn't that nice for him because his version of it was kind of unpleasant, basically a prisoner. And also, he got the chance to do a different school. It's like making a new life for himself. Goes to a different school, meets up with a guy, blonde dude. That's I guess gonna be probably his best friend going forward. Also, this one girl with like twin tails, and she went off into a vehicle. And there's the one gym teacher who's the bad guy of the episode, like the boss of that episode. And he kind of captured Ren and the other guy, and Ren finally tapped into his blue fiery persona powers, and he's gonna wreck stuff, I assume, in this episode, so let's get into it and see how that goes. 3, 2, 1, play. And here we go. Villager of Twilight. I think it's a pretty easy decision. Man, would that be so cool to just get that power. I do love blue flames so much. That's one of my favorite things in anime. So that definitely helps a lot. And yeah, he's got his mask now, so cool. Nobody will ever recognize him. Nobody needs you, pervert king. Oh, well, I guess we solved the dungeon. Yay, the real world. Well, that was like another dimension, I'm sure, so. Oh, well. There it is. And we got an opening. I don't think we got it last time, did we? Not sure, actually. Definitely looking like a prisoner, so that suits the theme. Well, his personal theme, Like what he got with the Velvet Room. Definitely want to learn more about Twin-Tailed Girl. That mask. Kitty! Kitty and a cat toy. Like, sucks the blood into his eyes? What? A lot of red in this. It feels like we're gonna get a lot of interesting characters in this show, I get the feeling. Man, parts of that opening was like blinding me. But yeah, let's get back into it. Oh, well, yeah, it's not gonna make much sense to you. No surprises there. It's hard to answer these questions. It's not his fault he fell into an alternate dimension. Yeah, I don't like that guy. The gym teacher, I mean. Even before the little thing they did just now, his voice, he does sound like a bad guy. Or at best, a douchebag. Yes. Introductions as a transfer student, those are always fun. Well, I also got sucked into another dimension. It's a protagonist seed, basically. Shush, 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 Takamaki. Not really, they saw each other. uh, and we're at school, just doing school things. Ow. You know, school uniforms look a lot better on the girls than they do the guys. Oh, okay, looks like we have a conflict here. John Ken Bone? Oh. Or did they split it in half? Yeah, looks like they split it in half. It's cool. Cool. It doesn't work with babies, but it can work with food. It's not impossible, but it's very unlikely. I bet. Interesting shirt there. Bald! Bald! Well, it's only episode 2. I'm sure we'll get answers. I bet they did. It's unavoidable. But yeah, he has such a great life, doesn't he? Oh. uh, I'm not gonna be intimidated by her. Metaverse Navigator. Just that's a cool name. Well, that was your first mistake. I'm joking, I'm sure it'll be fine. He's a protagonist after all. Though he does have his ups and downs. Don't touch it, dude. Nothing good can come from that. You don't understand how it works yet. Yay, volleyball. Because we gotta show more of the douchebag teacher. He doesn't even bother to jump to do it. He just stands on his stupid pedestal. Sounds about right for the king. Good to see this teacher so welcoming of new students. Oh, I think you pissed him off. I think you scared him. He's probably felt that killing intent. But yeah, the guy's definitely a jerk, no doubt about that. I see you're happy being sheep, okay. Because, you know, why sign up to a tyrant when you can just bend over backwards for him? And then yell at anyone that has the actual balls to do something. No, in this show, I guess I should just be glad they didn't actually, you know, try to beat him up there. Well, I'm sure you'll join up with Ren and become, you know, heroes together, battling alternate dimensions enemies. You can feel the enthusiasm. The animation. Hearing about that track team again. But, you know, you can't be a proper delinquent in Japan unless you have blonde dyed hair. Everyone knows that. I still think they're going to be like best friends going forward. I'm still confident in that. Yeah, that's beyond obvious. I want to play the game just so I can beat him up. Guess we'll have to return back to the dungeon at least once. Yeah, he needs to be dealt with. He didn't take too much convincing. Okay, let's do it. I got the app on my phone. Isekai Navi. I can't decide whether it sounds cooler in English or Japanese, but they're actually both pretty good. I don't think I've ever heard Isekai translated as metaverse before, but I mean, it's fine. Looking good. That's just the theme it's going with, so it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone needs a theme for their costume. In fact, you should probably get a proper costume if you're going to continue with this. Which I assume you will. Oh, a love confession? Please be a love confession? I can see she visits 4chan. Yeah, but I'm sure it's also related to that stupid gym teacher. And that kind of confirms that. I think it's safe to say that he's a problem. Wow, that sucks. Man, that sucks enough dealing with that standing up, much less upside down. I'm sure they are. Yeah, here we go. I really do hope he gets what's coming to him. Oh, there it is. Cat. Morgana. I don't trust you enough to make a deal yet. Well, sure, what could go wrong with that? Is he gonna be like the mascot character of Persona 5? Because I know Persona 4 had a character like that. I want to say it was like a teddy bear or something. I released you. At least you can do is let me fondle you. You know you like it. He wants to do it too. Yeah. Where's he hair? He wears that silly mask, and the first thing you can think of to comment on is his hair. You know, when you say that out loud, it makes you think it is. Partial title drop. But yes, you can't be the main character of a Persona anime without a persona. And there he is. Okay, I figured as much. That's similar to what we had with Persona 4. Yes, very similar to Persona 4. So if we can defeat him, what? He becomes a half-decent human being? Clearly hitting him where it hurts. How dare you, plebeian? Yeah, just adding on to the list of reasons to hate this guy. I'm sure they only do that so many times. Well, is he gonna release his Persona next? This kind of setting up for that, it seems like. Because they're definitely setting up as being his conflict to deal with. His problem to take care of. So I assume he'll get his Persona too. There you go, now you tell him. Yeah, so as if that wasn't obvious. And here we go, I think he's getting it. I think he's getting his powers. Wonder what his will look like. Well, yeah, I knew they were setting him up to be a main character. Yes. Come out and strengthen him. A nerve of you. The good points. Those are the words. Here we go. Oh wow, he gets a cool mask. But it's still keeping up with the mask theme. Ah. It's really hard to watch that part though, even though I knew it was coming. Uh, okay, like a pirate? Interesting. That's your persona. So that's kind of a blue fire thing going on. Not quite as much as Ren, but oh, cute. Yeah, this is where it definitely feels like a video game adaptation. Like I could just totally picture this as an RPG scene. Yeah, turn-based battle scene. Pew pew. Zora. Okay. I assume Zora uses swords. And as always, the music is on point. Go. Here we go. Strike the pose. I like his mask a bit better. His skull theme. Yeah, the problem is them, not you. Oh, my. I... Oh, it's her. Okay. Nice, Takamaki. It's nice to see you here. Okay, I'm not a big fan of that, but... But yeah, I definitely enjoy her outfit though. I can't say otherwise. You know, the blonde dude's voice actor, I recognize that voice actor from the certain character from Taro-kun Never Falls in Love, the show that aired last season. It's the same voice actor. It's so obvious that's the same voice actor. And it's bugging me a bit. That's my only real problem with that blonde character. Yeah, I do think he's probably the mascot of this series. Back to home. And progress has definitely been made, you know. Kinpatsu has his persona. I don't remember his name, which is why I'm calling him that. Yeah, but the track team and all that, yeah. So we're actually gonna get into this. Cool. Don't get involved. It won't end well for you. I'm sure it won't. And blood. Yeah, a lot of help she is. That's what you get for trying to help, I guess. It is. Well, when the justice system is as screwed up as it is in this world, it's to be expected. Even though Renault already knew all that, I'm sure it feels great to have somebody actually say that to him. Okay, I'll call you Ryuji. Don't give him a cute nickname. You're just asking girls to ship you two together when you do that. But yeah, I think it's the beginning of a friendship there. Oh, Takamori, I think that was her name. She's, I liked her role in the show, this episode. She didn't have a lot of screen time, but I appreciated what she had. I do feel like the pacing's a bit fast. Like, I think this episode he was more fast-paced than the first one. Not the biggest deal in the world, but there were some scenes I kind of wish they would have spent a bit more time on. Interesting ED. That's his full-on group, I guess. You can obviously see Ryuji there and Takamaki, whatever her name was. At least I think that's her. It's hard to tell, but she looking good there. And of course, our little mascot down there. Yeah, red and black are big color themes in the show. So that was the second episode of Persona 5 the Animation. And this episode, pretty much continuing off with our main plot of dealing with the evil gym coach, basically. He's obviously a douchebag, an asshole, a jerk, whatever word you want to use to refer to him. It's probably pretty accurate. But basically, he's the gym teacher there, and they let him get away with a lot because of his status, what he brings to the school. They just hand wave a lot of stuff he does, like abuse. For instance, physical abuse on students, which they apparently don't care about. The episode definitely painted Ryuji as a very important main character. He's obviously going to be with Ren through like a nice chunk of the series. He's definitely going to be, partners with him, part of the group, part of the group we saw at the very beginning of episode 1. He's part of that. That's basically what I'm trying to say there. I mean, that was pretty much obvious since the second he showed up, because the very second he showed up in the show, he just screamed like, BFFs with Ren. Like I feel like that was fairly obvious. But basically, yeah, this episode was also a lot about him. We got to learn about him, his past with the track team, and how things went horribly wrong with that. Pretty much entirely because of the gym teacher there, which is no surprise. And because he really got into Ryuji's personality and stuff like that, this was obviously going to be the moment he activated his persona. Of course, as soon as you had Morgana and Ren like getting stepped on and Ryuji getting provoked by him, all that just screamed, hey, you're gonna unlock your persona in this scene. So that wasn't a big surprise or anything because of that. It was definitely broadcasting that fact pretty obviously, but I was still looking forward to it, and it was still pretty cool. His mask, he also had a mask similar to how Ren had a mask, but they obviously looked different. It had more of a skull type thing to it. It seemed like his persona was kind of like a pirate theme. At least that's what it seemed like from the bit of it that we saw. It was pretty cool looking, nonetheless. And that whole pulling out the mask, blood underneath thing, that just always kind of freaks me out a little bit. Because I just imagine like faces getting torn off, which would be horrible. But yeah, he unlocked his powers, so he's now officially one of the gang. And apparently the app thing is called Metaverse Navigator or something like that. Isekai Navi in the Japanese dialogue is what they actually said. But yeah, that does seem pretty cool. And I guess what we see in that world is not actually him, but it's the manifestation of his dark, evil desires, his douchebaggery, basically. I guess what they were kind of saying there, his shadow, so basically it's very similar to Persona 4. I guess it's not a big surprise. We do have our mascot character, Morgana, who I'm sure we'll see a lot more of. He's obviously prominent in the ED and everything, so yeah, I'm sure he's part of the group as well. And Takamaki, she was good. She didn't have a lot of screen time. We really only got to see her like standing here, sitting there, talking with the one volleyball girl. In the scene, it was very apparent from the way she was acting that, yeah, the gym teacher was being abusive, and that, and yeah, they showed that pretty soon after that, so yeah, no shocker there, but hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem in very, very long. I don't think they actually defeated Kamoshida in this episode. I think it's been once again delayed, so it'll most likely be next episode we actually finally vanquish him. But it shouldn't be that much longer because obviously Ryuji does have his persona, in addition to Ren having his persona. They have their mascot character, and pretty much we have all the pieces we really should need to defeat him, so we just kind of had to go back in there at some point, but we're probably going to get some more scenes of him doing horrible things before he actually is dealt with once and for all. But yeah, we also got a little bit more information on Ren. We got to see exactly what happened that gave him his little criminal record. And it had to do with some girl that some guy was harassing, and I guess he injured the guy or whatever, and the story was probably spun in a way that benefits that guy, and it just, yeah, we obviously didn't get a lot of details on what was actually said and everything done there, but you can kind of get the general idea of how it went. It did not go well for him. The girl clearly did not do anything to help, even though he was trying to help her. But yeah, basically that's how it ended up, and hopefully Ren can, fix things, improve his life going forward, even though it doesn't seem like it's going well yet. I think it will eventually. But yeah, just kind of have to have hope. We're only on episode 2. He has plenty of time to, to clean his name, to make a name for himself, to show the world what a good guy he is, what a hero he is. That he's not some delinquent or whatever. So yeah, even people in class, are kind of wary of him because of that stuff, which is unfortunate. Obviously, again, Kamoshida's fault, like most things in this show have been so far. But yeah, that's about all I have to say on this episode. So thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.